Why choose to build an AR startup versus joining a big tech company?
For me, the motivation was never necessarily, I want to run a startup, right? Running a startup is very difficult. And I think I, in general, recommend that people really think about whether that's the right path because it's hard. There's a lot of sacrifice. It's incredible hours and stress, and it never lets up. And that's a real thing. We're 5 years in now, and it's in some ways I feel like it gets more difficult, but or maybe just the flavor of difficult evolves over time, but it doesn't get easier. Is really the reality here. For me, it was I did speak with some of the big tech companies, and I felt very passionately about augmented reality. And for me, it was very specifically around outer camera work, meaning a lot of what, for example, Snap does with augmented reality is very much face centric, right? It's like the selfie social application, which makes perfect sense for what they do. But when we were looking to start this company, again, with that headspace towards where does the future go, we felt that 30, 50-year out mark or even 20-year out mark was going to have some kind of glasses or kind of evolution of the way we can interact with the camera and the computer in such a way where actually the most important thing wasn't the selfie, but actually the external facing camera. And 5 years ago, no one was doing that, right? There was really nobody outside of maybe Pokemon Go, which was truly more of a location based game than augmented reality. There really wasn't anything out there that was heavily investing in augmented reality. If there was, I think I would have joined a team, but we really didn't find anything, or at least I really couldn't find anything early on where I felt like, yes, this company is committed to this. This is a real vision of the future that I can participate in. And eventually, I think if you believe enough in something, you feel like you have to do it no matter what. And so I decided I would just do it and set out on my own for it.
So you scratched your own itch.
Scratch, yeah, exactly. You scratch your own itch, which is, I think you do as a founder really need to believe in what you're doing because there's so many moments where you're tested to say, is this the right path for you? Is this really what you want to do? And it's this blend between needing to be very confident in your vision, but also sort of humble and at least questioning enough, like approaching like your own scientific method on yourself to say, am I building the right thing? Am I doing this correctly? Has the data changed where maybe I need to adjust what that vision is? So I think that's always a challenging balance. But early on in particular, I think for founders, the first 2 years, you just have to go for it completely, like completely build out the vision, learn as much as you can. And I think you typically have some indication of whether you have something that's resonating or not, within the first year or so.
Hey Founder Fam, we hope that you loved that clip. If you did, you can click through right here to watch the full interview. You don't want to miss this one. See you there.